Everybody ready for a little bit of humor? Well, I'll tell you what a little bit of humor is when you're as big as I am. Guess what? Mac Martin, did you enjoy his first half? Do you agree with me if you really listen to the stories? Aren't they sweet? I mean, it takes some doing to take history and turn it into something magical that'll move you. And I've had such a blast here over the years, and tonight especially, because I've met some great people already. I've met several of you just in that intermission time. Even put somebody on the phone, I don't even know where you're at, but put you up with a performer that's been on this stage before with one of country music greats, Mr. Moon Mullins. Jim, I know you'll know him with the country classic band. Moon Mullins was world-renowned thumb picker, the best in the world. He passed, and the gentleman that's out here in the audience, Moon was best man at his wedding. But I put him in touch with someone up in Renfro Valley, Kentucky just now. They spoke. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of peace, and you know who you are out there. I can't see anything because light's in my eyes. But the bottom line is the stories that are shared, and I just met a celebrity here from Charlotte County, says he's the world's worst Elvis impressionist or impersonator, but his son is a world-renowned clown. Can you believe? I mean, he travels all over the world. Mac said it earlier. There's so much talent. There really is. So here's the humor. Mac said, Joe, go to the middle of the stage. You can't pick you up on the camera. Somebody as big as me got missed with a wide-angle lens. I don't understand that. But here I am in the center. As Doc Waters will tell you, I refer to myself as, and I think Miss Jeannie Martin will know this, Jumbo Joe, and I'm happy about it. You know, I've made it through life being kind of robust, but I used to be a tiny fella. Well, I even used to have hair on my head, so things have changed. But here I am. It is our 10th year. It is a night like tonight, and I love to challenge people. Anybody out there that knows me knows I love a challenge. So here's what I'd like to say. Look around. Maybe 100 of you here, roughly. Would you agree? Do simple math. I bet you have a neighbor to your left or right in the neighborhood you live in. If I challenged you and said, would you like to see this show again in October? Maybe expanded. Because remember I told you earlier I'm Joe Q Public. I sit out in that audience. I heard one of them reference at the shows, at the festivals, campfires, and so forth. So now look at the stage behind me. Imagine let's just say a semicircle, 6 to 8 artists, where the spotlight could come on. They could be from the Gilchrist Army, the Guitar Army. Maybe some of your musicians might want to come. Maybe some invited guests of either James or Mac, male or female, wouldn't mind. Wouldn't matter to me, but we could hear some more of this magical music. We can give it the ambiance of a campsite if we needed to. We could expand that. all it would take is to you to call your neighbor in your neighborhood to your left and right, multiply yourself by 3. Guess what? We can pay for that. Would you like to do that? Well, I'll challenge you to that. I heard Doc Waters' voices over everybody. I recognize it's over here somewhere. I heard that. He said, yeah, I like his spirit. If you liked what you just heard, I want you to also hear the vision I just had and shared with the gentleman backstage. See, I'm about trying to build relationship when it comes to music and entertainment. Do you like to be entertained? Okay. Before the show started, I spoke about the gentleman playing in March with a lady from California. I'd like to create something that would allow the west coast of our country to come to our west coast, but on the east coast of our country, and share some of their stories. And then I'd like to give that opportunity for persons like Mac and James, for us to fly them out there to do the same in California and tell those Florida stories. What do you think? Would you support them in something like that and wish them your best? I think that'd be awesome. So we're going to shoot for something like that. And I'd like to start with these two guys because I'm a lover of this Americana folk. I really, really do like it, especially if you take the time to listen. And since I know some of you did listen earlier, we talked about what's going to happen in March with that show that Mac and James will be part of with Tracy Newman that'll be coming here from California. Talked about that opportunity for some long-term couples to share their stories. We'll video it and put it on a screen. There will be advertising about that. I've already had a couple approach me. saying 50, I believe it was 50-something years already together. But you know what? I'll take 50, I'll take 60, I'll take 70. But the great stories will be on the screen, and I really can't wait for that show to happen. And James and Mac will be part of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving it back to them again. It's time for me to hook myself a second time. I hope you really have enjoyed. And if you really do, let us know tonight as you leave. Make sure you buy their CDs before you go tonight if you haven't already. But remember, we can bring them back here in October, a bigger ensemble even. If you choose to do so, you show us that support tonight. Thank you so much, and we're returning to the second part.